What's going on YouTube? This is Ace Dillinger with GamingHookup, and if you're new to the channel, be sure you subscribe and turn notifications on for future videos and streams. If you're one of our subscribers already, welcome back. And guys, don't forget to slap that like button. It does help us grow as a channel. Alright guys, so I wanted to piggyback off of my previous video where I basically gave my opinion of the game after playing it for 2 weeks. In this video, I'm going to point out 5 things that Sledgehammer Games can fix that would help the game overall. Now, these 5 fixes may not resolve all the issues within the game, but they definitely help, and it would be a great start in showing that they actually care about what we're saying and listening to the feedback from the fans, the average players in the community, the ones that matter. Let's hop into the video. Let's get straight into this, huh? Coming in at number 5 is a mixture of several things, but they do tie into each other, I promise. One of the biggest issues in this game is head glitching and camping, but what's causing this exactly? Now, some of these fixes they can implement has been mentioned by many fans and players that are part of the competitive community. The answer is the need for the score to be upped in many game modes like Team Deathmatch. The score needs to be raised from 75 to 100. This issue with having the score set to 75 is that basically sets the game to a very slow pace. Many players end up playing the game way too safe. They end up head glitching, not moving around much, basically until they have a big lead and it's close to the end of the game, and a lot of players end up leaving the game when it's a glitch fest and a spawn trapping fest. The reason behind this, though, in my opinion, is in the player's mind, the process is if you fall behind, you won't have enough time to come back and win the game because it only goes up to 75 in Team Deathmatch. Also, have you noticed how hard it is to obtain score streaks in pretty much any game mode in the game? They implement the cool V2 rocket gun streak, but in TDM, it's nearly impossible to hit this hidden score streak unless your team is just horrible. And if you're on a horrible team, good luck getting on any gun streak. And other mentions for this fix as well: increase kill confirm winning score from 65 tags to 100 tags, and change the score you obtain for kills in domination from 50 to 100. The reason for the score change being needed in domination, in my opinion, is simple. It will intensify the game mode, allowing players to obtain score streaks, which will allow you to take the flag over basically, and people will actually start moving around. Right now, domination is just a head glitching spawn trap nightmare. At the number 4 spot, add more game modes. This is a really easy fix. I know they can easily implement more game modes. This is actually pretty simple, and it's also confusing to why there is such a lack of game modes upon launch, and one of the most hyped Call of Duty releases of all time. So why is there no party game modes? No gun game, no infected. Seriously? Since this is a boots on the ground Call of Duty, it's just naturally slower paced, unfortunately, and that's just the way it is. But it's still fun, don't get me wrong. Grinding gets a bit tiring sometimes though, and we need to party up and play some party game modes. They should add wager matches like in Black Ops 1, which is insanely popular, and it gives you a nice breather from Team Deathmatch, Domination, or whatever your favorite grinding game mode is on multiplayer. Other game mode options could be One of the Chambers, Sticks and Stones, and Sharpshooter. Also, Sledgehammer, you've neglected the hardcore fan base badly so far with the lack of game modes like Kill Confirmed and not turning on Ricochet, which will prevent the team killing trolling. On to the number 3 spot. This is a simple fix that needs to be implemented and will make the game so much better immediately. Fix the spawns on all the maps. When players push in too far to your spawn, in many matches the spawn will still never flip no matter what. There's far too much spawn trapping going on so far, and with all the head glitch and blind spots in the game, there's no way to overcome this once the spawn trap is set in place. It causes people to just back out, especially in hardcore mode. Right now when you're playing a game, you either spawn on one side of the map or the other side of the map. They need to implement mid-map spawning. It has to be done as soon as possible, and increase the stock sprint ability to unlimited. This would just make the game overall funner to play and faster paced. They do this, you're going to see more people moving around, and it's, there's going to be less head glitching. The end result for the average fan who doesn't want to spawn trap and just spawn and crouch and head glitch. We want to get into close gunfights and see whose reaction time is better. That's what the game's all about. That's what makes the game fun, right? Right now, many gunfights are won by whoever's already pre-aiming, if they're head glitching behind something, or if they come around the corner and they're already pre-aiming at you. This gets a little bit tiring and boring, and it's very repetitive, and it slows the game down to a point where it's unenjoyable. So with this fix, basically what they need to do is implement more random spawns, and they need to also implement revenge spawns. And don't go overboard. Don't spawn the person right behind the person or something. Just spawn them basically close to where they're at, where they got killed, not all the way across the map. It makes the game boring. You can't get that revenge kill that you want to go after, because you want to go back after that person if they're camping or head glitching. And the way the spawns are set up right now, you can't even get that revenge kill. By implementing random spawns, you're going to keep players on their toes. Yes, it's going to be annoying sometimes to get killed from the back, but if you're camping too hard, you may deserve to get killed from the back. So implement random spawns, more mid spawns. Also, give us that unlimited sprint ability. You're going to see overall more people moving around and a funner gaming experience if these changes are implemented. Now that brings us to the number 2 spot, which is pretty important, man. And Marco J mentioned this on his Twitter. And it was one of his tweets where he was talking about Black Ops 3 and possibly going back and playing that for a 3rd year, which is insane, but I don't blame him, to be honest with you. And what he mentioned is they need to bring back the Pickin System and allow players to fully customize their layouts. This would make the game just overall funner, more enjoyable experience, and he's right. Sledgehammer, you have to allow players to fully customize their loadouts and stop being so controlling. It's so confusing why Airborne Division is the only division that can use silencers, and it's only on SMGs. The division system overall is just way too controlling. I get what they were trying to do. They're trying to balance the game out. They didn't want everybody running around using the same attachments with the same abilities, but you have to allow players to play the game. You can't control us. That makes the outcome of the gameplay boring, repetitive, unsatisfying, basically, to put it quite simple. Resolution to this issue would basically be keep the division system, have it to where there's one special perk to having that division, but then allowing a total complete Pickin system. Pick what guns you want, do away with the basic training perk, allow us to pick a rocket launcher if we want, or a suppressor on a pistol, or a sniper rifle, or an assault rifle. Simply put, bring back what was successful and what made Call of Duty go to that next level after Black Ops 2. Pickin system was great, it should not be taken away. It's what makes Call of Duty stand out versus other first-person shooter titles. Now, you may disagree with this number 1 choice of mine, but I'll explain why I believe this is the number 1 issue with the game and should be definitely paid most attention to. Skill-based matchmaking is obviously in the game, whether Michael Condrey or Sledgehammer Game wants to admit it. Okay, so this is a first-person shooter. Having a good connection for multiplayer is definitely the most important main function of the game. It's vital. So is also your enemy having a good connection. Now, if you don't fully understand what skill-based matchmaking is, well, basically what it does is it takes your stats into consideration first when it finds you a game to connect to. The game looks at your kill death ratio as well as your score per minute and several other things when it puts you into a match. Not only is this a huge problem because it puts connection last as a last priority, should be a first priority. It also makes you sweat every single game, which takes the fun out of public play. You might as well play ranked game or game battles. Also, using skill-based matchmaking, you end up with connecting to players across the country or even worse, in a total different country. Many people believe skill-based matchmaking is one of the main reasons that ruined Advanced Warfare and made it such a hated title in the Call of Duty franchise. Make pub matches where we play against random players. Make connections the most important part of matchmaking. Do what Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3 did. When players connect, average out the teams based on kill death ratio when you're in the lobby. Don't do it before you actually get into the lobby. Then we have bad connections and you're playing people in a different country. It's a nightmare. Fix it, Sledgehammer. Take skill-based matchmaking out of the game and never bring it back again, ever again in a future Call of Duty. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I wanted to provide some resolutions to the issues that we all have instead of just ranting and raving. Now, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you take a second and slap that like button. It does help us grow and it's very much appreciated. Make sure you get involved in the comment section below. Tell me what your top 5 changes that would fix Call of Duty World War II for the better. If you watched this video to the end, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you're brand new, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on so you never miss a stream or video. Stay humble and be blessed. See you in the next video. I'm out.